What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Destiny. In the last episode, we continued along with Season of the Defiance. Mostly just took care of some questing, mostly explanations, a lot of talky talk, a lot of lore, not a lot of action, at least not in that video. But we're going to get back to it in this one, so let's interact with the war table and listen to Amanda.
Hey, Guardian. Been meaning to thank you for busting us all out of prison earlier. I heard you came back from Neptune just to help us out. It's near enough to make a girl tear up. You want to know what really got to me? At the farm, I heard some of the folks I was locked up with asking when they could get back out and look for more survivors. I mean, I expected from Guardians and the other pilots, but these were civvies, just folks who got caught up in the Shadow Legion sweep. I still wanted to help. I asked Mithrax to talk some sense into him, but he shrugged like three of his arms and said, "A witness created heroes instead of victims." I couldn't have said it better myself. Anyway, Shadow Legion's been sighted in the Cosmodrome, probably trying to pick up new prisoners. Come on, let's go be heroes.
Yes, ma'am. And this is exactly why I didn't want to actually show the action segment from the last episode, because now we're going to get to see that Cosmodrome Battleground for ourselves. All right, infiltrate the Pyramid Outpost and Defiant Battleground Cosmodrome. Launch this activity in the Cosmodrome via the Destinations tab. Let's just jump right on into this thing. I don't want to waste too much time. And then we can save the rest of this stuff for the next episode. This whole episode is just going to be this one Battleground because, like I said before, these are kind of long. And you know what? I'm really hoping that much like with the PsyOps Battlegrounds and the, I always forget the names, the Seraph Battlegrounds and the Chosen Battlegrounds and all those, I hope all of these end up getting added to the Vanguard playlist once this is, because that's typically what they do once the year is out, that they add these. But I should mention, these were the last set of Battlegrounds in the game. You're not going to get any Battleground type missions for the 3 seasons that follow this one. Nor probably ever again, now that I think about it, given that, well, spoiler alert, but it is kind of worth mentioning that this is the last defined year of seasonal content. The final shape, it has already been announced, is going to be taking a little bit of a different path for its follow-up content, and they will not be using seasons. They'll be doing this episodic stuff, which, I mean, is that really different? Is it just a different turn of phrase? Is it just a name? Who knows exactly? I can't say at this time, but it sounds like it's going to be these more contained stories that aren't really going to, that are just kind of there to wrap up the loose threads that will be lingering once the final shape is done. And it looks like I'm going to be going into this one solo. Okay, this is going to be fun. I mean, it won't be hard, obviously, as is. I'm not really too worried about it. I'm going to also claim that for a war table upgrade, which is going to be useful for when we get out of this one. But let's do this thing.
Spotted increased activity near the newest pyramid installation in the Cosmodrome. If history's any guide, they'll be transferring prisoners there.
50-50, it's a trap. But that's never stopped you before, has it, Guardian?
Gosh dang it, I didn't have the right grenade on. I forgot I'd switched to Shackled Grenade for the playlist activity because I needed some way of dealing with unstoppable champions in that, and didn't really think to switch back. So, oops, it looks like we do actually have somebody joining us, which is good. So this activity, despite the fact that it is really out of date, I mean over a year old by the time that I'm playing it, at least it's not completely abandoned already. I guess I should say over a year old, but also this version of the Battlegrounds is completely irrelevant. The playlist, it makes sense that people are still playing that. There's still loot to be had, there's still gear to be grinded, there's still a fun activity. This version, there's just no reason to unless you're trying to play through the story like I am right now. But all right, so a lot less, and oh look, they actually left on us. That's even funnier. I wouldn't be surprised if they leave and continue to rejoin over and over and over again. Let's jump on into the portal and let's get this thing done.
Our scouts report increased Taken activity. Appears like they're mobilizing.
Hard to say whether it's an organized deployment or if they're just attracted to the commotion.
The Taken now serve the Witness. We must assume they attack at its command.
Whatever their motives, it rather seems they're onto us.
All right, well, let's do this thing. All right, so a lot more Taken to fight through this time. We'll just kind of let that whirling maelstrom take everything out. This is not going to be too difficult as is. We're going to be spending a lot less time in the Ascendant plane this time around, though, than we did last time.
The Taken are adapting. These blights are resilient.
They are bound to the powerful Taken nearby. Harvest their essences to dispel them.
Now, I should mention a couple of things really quickly about the grapple that I don't think I ever touched upon during the Lightfall campaign, but if you've been seeing the way I've been using it here, well, a couple things. One, yes, you can grapple onto any tangle. That includes our whirling maelstrom that we have been sending out to do our dirty work, but also is the nature of the grapple melee, because I know that can be confusing for first-timers who don't really know how this thing works. There's a little bit of a timer on whether or not the actual punch part of the grapple melee activates. It both a decay and a delay, if that makes sense. So if I start using the grapple immediately, and here, we'll just kill this guy. If I start using the grapple, I cannot immediately go into a grapple punch, otherwise it's just going to have me throw my Threaded Spectre out. I need to gain a little bit of momentum. This is why generally when I throw my grapple out, I tend to swing around opponents a little bit. It's to give myself that time to then charge up the grapple melee so that I can then fling myself into them to do all that extra damage. This also applies when you start to lose momentum, because obviously if you're slowing down, you're out of a grapple for too long, then your punch melee eventually goes away and turns into a Threaded Spectre. We've seen this a few times in the game, and wow, I got stuck on something there. I don't know what that was. Probably a plate underneath my feet. Let's blow all them up with a Reservoir Burst. Hey, we have help! Okay, cool. We do actually have help this time. All right, well, it was bound to happen eventually. But not that I really need it, because like I said, this is really, really simple. But let's just keep doing this thing. I am loving this auto rifle, by the way, in case it wasn't obvious. It just feels really, really good to use. Look at that damage, too. Incredible. Is he using what is he using there? I actually can't tell. Something was piercing through all that damage, doing a lot. Sounds like it hits hard, whatever it is. Well, let's continue. Oh, wow. I love how the hitbox on that blight hadn't completely disappeared yet. All right, time for the big Ascendant plane fight. Here we go. There's going to be a lot of enemies in this part. I'm just going to immediately get to work with with this thing right here, and hopefully he doesn't go in trying to kill everything I'm going after here, because I would like to create orbs for everybody. It sounds like... It honestly sounds like the machine gun that I'm forgetting the name of right now. Our Deterministic Chaos, which not really a lot of people use, so I'm surprised to actually see that so soon. I could always verify and see if that's what he's using. I'm really curious, because it certainly seems like it. I'm going to actually check them really fast while they do damage. Let's see, sanity decreasing. Oh, no. Oh, he's using an age-old bond from the last Wish Raid. That actually tracks. That thing probably has destabilizing rounds on it, which is what's causing so many void explosions. And then he probably has on the Gyr Falcon's Hauberk exotic piece. There we go. Not bad at all, which I really need to get my hands on that chest piece on this account, because that is an essential hunter exotic. All right.
The Shadow Legion retreats within the pyramid's walls. This is not fear or weakness. It is a stratagem.
I agree. They tried to establish a strong perimeter around the EDZ, and the Guardian blew right through it. They're trying something new. Stay sharp and be ready for anything.
I actually got some people who know what they're doing this time, which is a big change from the last one, so we should be able to get through this a lot more quickly. This is by far the hardest part of the strike, by the way, is this right here, or the Battleground, excuse me. Not right off the bat with the turrets, but eventually we're going to get a lot of enemies spawning in here. I like how they didn't make it through the door. That's funny. All right, here we go. Let's start blowing everything up. So the one thing that sucks about this room is if you die in it, rather than your ghost being right where you died, it always gets sent back here into the corner over there. So keep that in mind, that it actually can be quite a burden, and it's really, really hard for your teammates to get back to you to actually give you a res. So something to keep in mind. And also, I appreciate that he is giving me woven mail. I love to see that. That's really the big thing about Titan Strand, is it's just a lot of very, very tanky class. Oh, sure, I'll take that. Perfect, why not? Throw that Threaded Spectre, and what? We'll throw out another one. Cool. Cool. All right. And now I'm going to grapple on to that. Oh, he already killed it. Wow, man, we are just going through everything right now. Goodness, the strand. Okay, I'm going to head up here. And I'm going to... Oh, I did not make that. Okay, well, that was dumb. I thought I was going to make that, but I appear to have failed in that mission. All right, there we go. Let's get some orbs going. If I can get up to 7, I'm content. And it looks like I have, so we're fine. I get up here. Hi, guys. All right, I'm going to kill everything up here real fast. Just because it is kind of annoying getting up here the old-fashioned way. There we go. All right, now we just have the big guy here. Baracus Dralog. And there we go. Wow, we made it through that really easily. There is, of course, a boss here, but don't worry, we're not fighting him here. In fact, he is going to say no and banish us back to the Ascendant Plane.
Evicted from the battle. How impolite.
Our enemies attempt to regroup. We must re-engage them quickly.
We will not be waylaid so easily. Another path to the prisoners has already been charted.
Look at us just flying through this thing. Oh my gosh, I love Strand so much. It's so freaking fun. All right, are we through? Or is there more? Oh my goodness, I don't know how any of them died, but let's just keep going, I suppose. There we are. Okay, this is where we're actually going to be doing the fight, although only partially. I'm going to wait for them both to get out of here before I place this rally banner down, just because that is the courteous thing to do, and it would be kind of a dick move to just jump into the fight without these guys getting their heavy ammo back. So let's just hang tight. Hopefully they're actually making their way over here. I can't really tell. Oh, okay, they are. All right, yeah, there they are. They're both here now. Cool. All right, awesome. Let's go. So, same concept as before, where we need to have ourselves a safe zone, but rather than progressing through the room like we have in the past, this is all going to be in a centralized location for the first 2/3 of the fight. For the last section, that's where things are going to get a little interesting and change up. So let's get this thing lit. And now we can get to igniting this thing. So now that we actually have somebody helping us with the mechanics, I have to imagine this is going to go very smoothly. Although we still have to be mindful ourselves, as the mechanic in here can absolutely kill me if I'm not careful here. So I'm going to make my way to him. Let's knock you out. And then once we've picked that up, we should be good to come back. Looks like we're both coming back with a dunk. So we both have orbs this time. And that one sailed right over for some reason. Okay. I have been really good at doing that for whatever reason. I don't know what is going on here. I don't know if I got that. I probably didn't. There is another one over there. You know what? Honestly, for blowing that, I can't be trusted. So go ahead and dunk. That was entirely on me for making that sail over. Although, where are you two going to dunk? Because it only seems like there's one so far. May need to go get another one after all. There we go. All right, well, fine. I'll do it. I'll do it. All right, we both have an orb. Who gets there first? Mine did. All right, here we go. Let's get to damaging. Where did he go? There he is. Beautiful. All right, now that we have him down to the 3rd phase, let's get back inside the safeguard area. So we're going to get to work again. Okay, excuse me. Oh, but hold on a second. We've been banished to the Ascendant Plane again. So now we got to get back to killing things in here. Grab that really quickly. And then I can take myself down here. Throw that over there and see if I can't hit him. Oh, don't you dare. Look at my little Spectre go. Oh, I love it. Love it. My threaded needle, excuse me. No, don't die again. Problem with dying here, too, is it's like a 15-second... Well, actually, that might be the playlist only, but it's a long respawn timer in this activity, so you really don't want to. But all right. Are we just going to go through? I think we're just going to go. Let's open that portal up. And let's get to it. So we're going to immediately ignite the balefire. And notice we are in a completely different room now. So this is where we're going to have to bring our A game. His snipes really, really hurt, by the way. So watch out for those. Now, the good news is that upon getting in here, he was pulled to this area. So that helps him out a little bit. I probably should take that with me so I can get to killing this guy so I can get that back. There we go. Sure, Hunter Cloak, why not? I'll just dismantle that. Let's consecrate it. Let's not miss our throws. Looks like he's about to bring one back, too. That was just a silly throw on my part. I need to get back to using my... oh, here we go. Okay, I have a plan. I'm going to send myself back just so I can refresh. And then it will go right back again so I can create a tangle. And we're going to take this, and what I'm going to do is I am going to throw it at the boss, consecrate really quickly. I don't think it hit the boss, but that's okay. But now it is time to finally wail on the thing. I was hoping that was going to get to the boss, but it doesn't look like it did. Hold on. Oh, they got him. They got him. I didn't even do any damage there. All right, free the prisoners.
What does the Witness want? The Red Legion wanted the Traveler's power. House Salvation just wanted to destroy the traitor machine. But the Witness opened a portal, and we have no idea what it's doing.
We'll need to find a way through first. But there's been no joy as of yet. You Guardians always find a way to do the impossible. I have no doubt you'll find it again.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Destiny. Thank you all so much for watching. Next episode, I will meet you guys at the end of another Battleground run where I'll have used that Defiant key to then continue our quest steps here. So it just basically says use a Defiant key. That's really all there is to it. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to see you all there in the next episode. So with that all done, thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next episode.